Chantel. Welcome to my channel, The Happy Homeschooling Housewife. And today I'm so excited to share with you a pillar of my homeschooling life, my homeschooling foundational rock, you guys, which is this book right here. Yes, it is called The Well-Trained Mind, and it is by Jessie Wise and Susan Wise Bauer. So I'm gonna get into this book. I'm gonna share all about it. We're gonna take a peek inside. So if you are looking for homeschooling inspiration, if you're looking for homeschooling how-to and practical tips, like where to go, what to get, how to do it, and also if you're wondering about classical education itself and the trivium learning, then you will not want to miss this video, so stick around. Okay, so this book, you guys, this is my book. As you can see, the jacket cover has long been lost. It is torn because I use it so much. I use this book so much. I was actually handed this book by my big sister, who's a fellow homeschooler. Her kids are older than mine, but she gave me this book when I first started thinking that I would actually homeschool, which was many years ago. And since then, I use it all the time. It is always on my desk. When I first got it, I read it from cover to cover about 3 times because it gave me such a great vision, I think, for homeschooling. It also answered many questions that I was kind of tossing around in my head, and it gave me a very practical, like, how to accomplish it, which was very good for me. For those of you all who don't know, I have 3 girls. Their ages are 12, 9, and 7. I gotta look up in my head to remember it. You all understand. And my background is actually in education. I majored in English, and I taught students in kindergarten through 12th grade. So even though I have like educational experience and background, the idea of homeschooling was just so different. It's like uncharted territory because I was not homeschooled growing up, and it also was unfamiliar as far as my professional background. So this book actually helped me to kind of, again, get a vision for it and to understand what it's about and to see like this is how I could do it. So it's very instrumental in this way. It actually starts off, you guys, by giving an overview of home education. It does a good job. I think they do a good job, the author, separating the this from the that. And I also like the fact that it weaves in throughout the book their personal journeys, both as a homeschooling mother and as a student, as a daughter who was homeschooled. So they have combined together to write this resource. So for those of you all who don't know, it's really based, their model and just how they've homeschooled, their approach to it is based on a classical model of education, which is the trivium, broken down into 3 parts. So you have the first part, which is the grammar stage, the second part, which is the logic stage, and the third part of learning developmentally is the rhetoric stage. And that's like the breakdown. Traditionally, we would call that like elementary, middle, and high school, but in the trivium, they call it grammar, logic, rhetoric. Okay, so I'm going to jump into giving you a look inside this book. I'm going to show you what you can find inside, so you can determine if this is something that you think would be useful or not for you as you are planning and doing your homeschool. So stick around, let's look inside. Okay guys, so again, we're gonna pop into this book. This is a hardback book. I'm not sure if she has a softback copy. She might. As you can see, this is a well-loved book, you guys. So I'm just gonna show you a few things inside that I think would be helpful to see, and you're gonna excuse my post-it notes. One of the things that I want to show you, let's look at the beginning actually, is that she starts off, as I said, with an overview of what the well-trained mind is, and that also goes into an overview of how to use this resource. So practical considerations when you're reading this. And I strongly suggest if you get this book that you spend some time reading this part. It works as like an introduction, but it's super helpful and has a lot of just good tips along the way. The other thing that I like about this is she starts off with her story, her journey as a homeschooling mom. And I love it because it does a great job just painting a picture for us about like where she was, what she was doing, what her life was like, and then how her life was as a homeschooling mom. And it was really good because a lot of it I resonated with, I still resonate with, and it just seems like there's a, companion, right? A friend in this book that's writing. So I say that to say that this is not written just from a very like non-emotional and distance how-to book, that her story is woven throughout the pages. And so for me, it also just makes it super encouraging and compassion filled, which is what I appreciate. Okay, so the book goes on from there. It's broken down into, again, those three different stages of learning. So the first part, it focuses on the grammar stage, and she defines what that stage is. So kindergarten through fourth grade. So everything in this part is going to be related to the grammar stage of learning. And after the introduction of a stage, she just speaks to what that stage means and what you can find in that stage, how children are in that stage, what you should look for, what you should do. She just gives a lot of practical advice. And she also has how to teach each stage and what you should prioritize. So I really like this beginning introduction part for each stage, as it helps again to kind of like frame my expectations of what I can expect or should expect from not just my children, but also for myself as well. Okay, and then she goes into the different subjects. So she gives an idea about like time and what you should be focusing on. That's really great. And then she also gives us, I'm just flipping along, she then gives you specific resources and different things, including like where to order things from. This, guys, was so helpful for me because in starting this journey, I knew that curriculum is costly, materials are costly, and I wanted to make sure that I was trying to like pick out the best thing for our family. And so when you go online, it's just tons of information. So I really was able to trust her recommendations, and many of the books and programs that I use in my homeschool to date have come directly from this book, the suggestions. So I really like the practical use of this book with the tips. Okay, so I'm going to flip through. And this is, again, just giving you another look at a page that is telling you about what to order or what you can get. She gives lots of different varieties too, which is also what I love, and also includes price when she can. So it gives you an idea of like how much things are going to cost. Okay, I'm going to flip further in the book. And this is an example of the same type of thing for the logic stage, which is that second stage. Again, this is an example of life science materials, including what I wanted to show you here, like science kits that you can order, which I had no idea. So I was very thankful for that. And where to go? This is an example of reading list. So one of the things that I like about the classical model of education is that it's very reading heavy and whole book reading heavy. And so for each of the grades, they'll list books that you should read or that your kids should read. And as you can see, this is a well-loved marked up page because we pretty much follow this, and it's really great. So it's great to just have it I don't have to search around and think about it. The other thing that I like, I'm not going to say that I followed exactly, and nothing in here I think I follow exactly, but what is helpful is just to get like, again, a sense of like a vision, an idea for it, is the schedule. So she has several different schedules that she has for each grade level, and that's been super helpful as I think about the girls' schedule and how they should be using their time. So this is another example of resources. I wanted to show you this one because she doesn't just have resources like in a sense of like just standard textbooks like for English and math and things of that nature, but she also has like resources for practical skills like card care and carpentry that I have not gotten into this, but I'm like excited that they're here. And when my kids get older, I plan to utilize some of these things, and magazines and newspapers. So the last part I would say of her book, she's just talking to things that we think about as homeschooling parents or potential homeschooling parents, things that come up. And she again is speaking from it from just such a place of wisdom. And I really, really like that. One of the questions that homeschoolers get asked, or one of the questions we think about when we're deciding this route, is about socialization. And if you are kind of tossing that over in your head and your heart, I would strongly suggest getting this book for this alone. She speaks to this thing of socialization, and I love it. And it's made so much sense, and it's quieted fears that I've had. As you can see, I've highlighted a lot of it, and I often will go back and reread this section from time. It's just so good. She also speaks to the relationship of parents as teachers, and she gives some wisdom about that, like how to draw the boundary. Like, you're still the mom or dad, so how do you protect like your relationship as mom, and then you have this relationship as parent? And she has a lot of wisdom with that as well that she gives. And then she talks about character traits and things of that nature, which is so helpful. And it goes on and on and on. So the back of the book, I could spend like a lot of time here, and I don't want to spend so much time, but I could, you guys. The back of the book just breaks down these concepts and questions and how-tos just in a different way. And she speaks to so many things that homeschoolers, I think about and struggle with. That's really helpful. So this is the book. Okay, guys, that's it for today. That's all I have. Big takeaway, get this book. Like, this is a treat and a treasure for you. I will leave in the show notes below where you can find information about this book, where you can purchase it if you like, or just learn more about it. Also, I'm going to leave the link for her website, Jessie Wise' website, because on there she has a ton of articles. She has Q&As that she's answered, and they also offer classes, which I've not personally taken a class from the Well-Trained Mind, but they do. So again, I'm gonna leave that below so you can check it out at your pleasure and your leisure. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope this video has blessed you. If it has, could you please bless me back by giving it a thumbs up? And also, if you are not a part of my family here at Happy Homeschooling Housewife, please be sure to click that subscription button. Don't leave without clicking, guys, so that my videos will come right to your email. Each week I review curriculum that I use, and I also try to share with you some tips and points and wisdom that I'm learning along the way. So be sure to click, that's right, click the subscription button. And also check me out at my blog, which is www.happyhomeschoolingHousewife.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Happy Homeschooling Housewife. So again, guys, that's it. I know it was a lot. Super excited to share this one with you guys. I hope you check it out. When you get it, please let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think about it. If you are already a person who owns this book, let me know what you think about it, what part really kind of helps you and impacts you and how you use it. I would also love to hear that. I think it would bless everybody. We can kind of share that type of information. So be sure to comment on the section below. And that's it, guys. That's all I have for today. So until next time, you know what to do. Stay encouraged and be blessed.